Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So, our next topic is all about PIDEA. When we say PIDEA, it is the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. Okay, ano ba yung ginagawa ng PIDEA? They are now the agency which is responsible for preventing, investigating, and combating any dangerous drugs, controlled precursors in the essential chemicals within the Philippines. Pag marinig nyo ngayon yung PDEA, or dapat once na marinig nyo yung PDEA na yan, ang unang papasok na sa isip nyo, it is now the agency or the lead anti-drug law enforcement agency here in the Philippines. Again, ano yung PDEA na yan? It is the lead anti-drug law enforcement agency in the Philippines. Once na may drug na involved, sino ang lead enforcement or sino ang lead law enforcement agency na mag-handle niyan? It is now the PIDEA. Okay, sabi natin, PIDEA, these are the ones who is responsible for preventing. When we say preventing, anong ginagawa natin dyan? Kinokontrol natin. Or kaya, gumagawa tayo ng paraan para hindi kumalat yung mga dangerous drugs here in the Philippines or used illegally or i-abuse. Next naman, investigating. Ang ginagawa ng PIDEA, they are the ones who are now investigating once na may na-link or kaya there is a drug doon sa case na yun. Ano pa? Combating any dangerous drugs. When we say now, dangerous drugs, ano ba yan? Pakisulat. These are now the substances that can directly affect the mind and the body and are commonly abused or used illegally. Again, when we say dangerous drugs, ano yan? These are now the substances that can directly affect the mind and the body and are commonly abused or used illegally. So, when we say naman drugs, no, or dangerous drugs, it can also cause addiction or dependency. Again, dangerous drugs can cause addiction or dependency. It can alter the behavior of a person, the mood, or the thinking. Again, dangerous drugs can cause addiction or dependency, alter behavior, the mood, or the thinking of a person. Anong example ng mga dangerous drugs na common dito sa Philippines? We have there your cannabis. When we say cannabis, that is your marijuana. Ano pa? We have there the methamphetamine hydrochloride or yung shabu. Okay, that is the example of dangerous drugs na common dito sa Philippines. Meron pa? We also have the cocaine, the heroin, and the ecstasy. When we say naman controlled precursors, ano naman yan? Write it down. These are now the chemicals. These are the chemicals used as ingredients or components in making dangerous drugs. Again, when we say controlled precursors, these are the chemicals used as ingredients or components in making dangerous drugs. Yung mga bagay or mga ingredients na ginagamit para makabuo or makagawa ng mga dangerous drugs. Example. Okay, like for example, on your shabu. Okay, or doon sa inyong methamphetamine hydrochloride. That is the the scientific term for your shabu, it is the methamphetamine hydrochloride. Don't worry, madidiscuss nyo rin yan once na na-reach nyo na CDI 7. Okay, the drugs and vice control. Okay, example ng controlled precursors, kapag gagawa kayo ng shabu, that is the bags or kailangan nyo daw ng 10 bags of ephedrine. Okay, that is an example of a controlled precursors. Kailangan mo ng 10 bags of ephedrine para makagawa ka ngayon ng shabu. The 10 bags of ephedrine, that is the controlled precursors. The shabu or the methamphetamine hydrochloride, that is the dangerous drugs. Other thing, kaya din siya tinawag na controlled precursors. They are called controlled because the government now, they are now strictly monitors these precursors to prevent the illegal drug manufacturing. Siyempre, kung wala namang controlled precursors, kung makokontrol yan ng government natin, hindi naman ngayon sila makakagawa ng dangerous drug here in the Philippines. And lastly, we have there the essential chemicals. When we say essential chemicals, these are now the necessary, this is necessary in processing or manufacturing a dangerous drugs, even though they may also have legitimate industrial or medical uses. Like for example, di ba, sabi natin, the marijuana daw is nakakapag or gamot daw siya sa isang sakit. Okay? Essential chemicals, these are now the supporting chemicals used during drug production or processing. Anong example niyan? Okay, example ng ating essential chemicals for the methamphetamine hydrochloride or shabu natin, we have there the red phosphorus. Again, we have the red phosphorus, sodium hydroxide, and andiodine. Okay, that are the essential chemicals naman daw para makakumit tayo or makagawa tayo ng shabu. O ngayon, alam niyo na. Pero walang magta-try na gawin or gumawa ngayon ng shabu. Kasi nabigay na natin kung ano yung mga need nyo para makagawa ng ganun. Okay, so again, sabi, for the summary, PDEA, ano siya? It is the agency that is responsible for preventing, investigating, and combating any dangerous drugs. When we say dangerous drugs, it is the illegal drug itself. Example, the methamphetamine hydrochloride or the shabu. Next, controlled precursors. When we say controlled precursors, they are now the ingredients which we can, these are the ingredients used to make the drug. Like for example, yung 10 bags of ephedrine. Next naman, sabi natin, and essential chemicals. Example naman ng essential chemicals, or ano ba yung essential chemicals muna? These are now the chemicals or the equipments that can support in use during production. Like for example, we have the red phosphorus, the sodium hydroxide, and the andiodine. Siyempre, sabi din natin, equipment. Yung laboratory or the clandestine laboratory na ginagamit nila in producing or in manufacturing dangerous drugs. Okay, this is now the composition of the PDEA. The PDEA now, it is headed by a Director General. Again, pakitandaan, PDEA is headed by a Director General with the cabinet rank of Undersecretary. Ano namang ginagawa ng isang Director General ng PDEA? It is now the one who is responsible for the general administration and management of the agency. Kagaya ng mga ibang law enforcement agency na nadidiscuss natin, the Director General, that is the head of the PDEA. When we say siya yung head ng PDEA, anong gagawin niya? Siyempre, siya ngayon yung may control, siya ngayon yung may responsible doon sa buong agency na yan. Or kaya, siya ngayon yung may control at may responsible sa buong or doon sa ating PDEA. Next, on the composition, the Director General now, it is also assisted by two deputies. The deputies for Director General with the rank of Assistant Secretary, one for Administration and one for Operation. Again, wala na sanang malilito kasi paulit-ulit lang naman po ang composition natin doon sa mga agencies. Laging meron tayong headed, laging merong nasa taas. And laging it was assisted by two deputies. Again, ano lagi ang two deputies na yan? We have their Deputy for Administration, Deputy Director for Operation. Sana hindi na po nalilito by now. Again, the PDEA, anong tawag dun sa head nila? That is Director General. Ngayon, yung Director General na yan, it was assisted by two deputy. Ano yung mga yan? Deputy Director for Administration and Deputy Director for Operation. Ngayon, may idadagdag tayo sa composition ng PDEA. Sabi dyan, the Director General, which is the head of the PDEA, shall be responsible for necessary changes in the organizational setup. Tama naman. Siya yung may responsible, siya yung may control sa lahat ng changes na mangyayari doon sa organization because siya yung head. But it shall be submitted to the DDB for approval. Ano yung DDB na yan? That is now the Dangerous Drugs Board. Again, when we say DDB, it is the Dangerous Drugs Board. Anong ginagawa ng DDB? Kailangan ng approval niyan before magkaroon ng changes in the organization of the PDEA. Sabi natin, PDEA, it is the implementing arm of the Dangerous Drugs Board. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Ano ba kasi yung DDB? DDB. Again, pakisulat dyan on your notes. When we say now DDB, it is now the policy making. Again, it is the policy making and the strategy formulating body in the planning and formulation of policies and programs on drug prevention and control. Again, when we say DDB, it is now the policy making and the strategy formulating body in planning and formulation of policies and programs on drug prevention and control. Kumbaga, on our PNP, meron tayong NAPOLCOM. Dito naman in PDEA, we have the DDB. Anong ginagawa ng DDB? Sila kasi yung gumagawa ng mga policies. Sila yung gumagawa ng mga strategies para mag-prevent or magkaroon tayo ng drug prevention or drug control. Remember again? PDEA, it is the implementing arm of Dangerous Drugs Board. The Dangerous Drugs Board, sila yung gumagawa ng policy, sila yung nagpo-formulate ng mga strategy, nagpa-plan, nagpo-formulate ng policies and programs for the drug prevention and drug control. Now, it is the PDEA who is now implementing those policies and strategies na ginawa or formulate ng ating DDB. Kaya nga sabi dyan, PDEA is the implementing arm of the DDB. Okay, what is the legal basis of our PDEA? Basahin muna natin. Sabi dyan, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency or the PDEA, it was created now by the virtue of Republic Act 9165, otherwise known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. It was signed into law on June 7, 2002 and took effect on July 4, 2002. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Nagawa yung PDEA ngayon kasi na-create yung RA 9165 or otherwise known the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. It was signed into law noong June 7, 2002. Again, kailan yan pinirmahan as a batas? As an RA 9165, that is on June 7, 2002. Nag-took effect yan, or yes, nag-took effect yan kailan? July 4, 2002. Ano ba kasi ang PDEA? Sabi natin, the enactment of our RA 9165, yung pagkagawa ng RA 9165, it now reorganize the Philippine Drug Enforcement System with the new DDB. Nagkaroon ngayon tayo ng DDB. Na-discuss natin kanina that DDB, it serves as the policy and strategy formulating body and the establishment of a single mission drug agency, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency or the PDEA, as its implementing arm. Okay, na-discuss na natin yan. Ngayon, let's define more RA 9165. Ito, write it down. RA 9165 kasi, It defines now a more concrete courses of action for our national anti-drug campaign, and it now imposes heavier penalties to the offenders. Again, RA 9165, bakit yan ginawa? It now defines a concrete courses of action for the national anti-drug campaign, and it imposes heavier penalties doon sa mga offenders natin. Underline the word imposes heavier penalties to the offenders. Before kasi, light penalties ang inakukuha nila. Ngayon, by the enactment of RA 9165 or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, anong ginawa niyan? It now imposes a heavier, mas mabigat na penalty doon sa mga offenders natin on drugs. Ngayon, under this new setup or RA 9165, ano pang nangyari? The Narcotics Group of the PNP, the Narcotics Division of the NBI, and the Narcotics Interdiction Unit of the Bureau of Customs was now abolished. When you say abolished, nawala na sila. Kasi nga nagkaroon na ngayon tayo ng RA 9165 or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, which is ngayon pinapangunahan niya ng ating PDEA. Nagkaroon ng PDEA. Anong nangyari? Na-abolish, natanggal yung narcotics group sa PNP, natanggal yung narcotics division sa NBI, natanggal yung narcotics interdiction unit of the Bureau of Customs. Kasi nga meron na ngayon tayong isang agency wherein nakafocus na siya primarily doon sa mga dangerous drugs natin. Ngayon, the PDEA, it is now a regular law. It is now a regular law enforcement agency, which is now responsible for the efficient, effective law enforcement against any dangerous drugs, controlled precursors, and essentials chemical. Okay, sana naiintindihan ng lahat. Again, that is the legal basis of the PDEA, created by the virtue of RA 9165, otherwise known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2001, which is responsible for the efficient and effective law enforcement against any dangerous drugs, controlled precursors, and the essentials chemical. Okay, what are the mandates and the function of PDEA? Siyempre, as the lead agency in the fight against our illegal drugs, the law confers PDEA with the following functions to attain its mission. Ano yung mga yan? Number 1, it is now implement or cause the efficient and effective implementation of the National Drug Control Strategy formulated by the board. Ano yung board na yan? That is the DDB or the Dangerous Drugs Board. Thereby, carrying out a national drug campaign which shall include drug law enforcement, control, and prevention campaign with the assistance of concerned government agencies. Ano lang sinasabi ng first mandate and function is that the PDEA now, it is the agency which is now responsible for carrying out the national anti-drug program which is created by our government. Ano ibig sabihin nun? In Tagalog, ngayon, the PDEA, they are the ones who are carrying. Sila yung gumagawa or sila yung implementing arm, no, ng ating government. Wherein sila yung nagbibigay ng or sila yung responsible for carrying national anti-drug program. Sila yung responsible kapag meron tayong mga anti-drug program. This also includes the drug law enforcement, the prevention campaigns. Diba makikita nyo on your area, laging nagkakaroon ng drug enforcement or nagkakaroon ng anti-drug program or kaya yung mga campaigns na yan, especially sa mga school. Minsan pumupunta sila. Ano pa? and coordination with the other government agencies. Siyempre, hindi yan mawawala, no? Kaya nga tinawag natin interagency approach. There is a connection within the law enforcement. Siyempre, we all, PDEA, kahit sila yung drug or they are the primary, okay? Primary agency na nag-handle sa mga drug cases or illegal drugs natin. Siyempre, nagtumutulong din sila or nakikipag-coordinate din sila with our law enforcement agencies. Like, for example, the PNP. Siyempre, isa lang naman ang goal di ba? Isa lang naman ang goal ng lahat ng law enforcement agency natin is that to give peace or prevent crime in our society. Next, mandates and function of our PDEA. It's undertake the enforcement of the provisions of Article 2 of this Act relative to the unlawful acts and the penalties involving any dangerous drug or controlled precursor and essential chemical, and investigate all violators and other matters which now involve in the commission of any crime related to the use, abuse, or trafficking of any dangerous drugs or controlled precursors and essential chemicals as provided for this Act and the provision of the Presidential Decree 1619. Okay, sa haba na yan, ano lang ang sinasabi natin? The PDEA now, it is an agency which now enforces the provisions of the law regarding our dangerous drugs, controlled precursors, and essential chemicals. Anong ginagawa nila? They investigate now the people who are now involved in drug use. When we say drug use, yung mga gumagamit ng drugs or illegal drugs rather. Abuse, manufacture, sale, and trafficking, including related crimes under our Philippine drug laws. Anything na merong connection with our drug law, iyan po ay hinahawakan ngayon ng ating PDEA. They are the ones who are investigating these people. Next naman, ano pang mandates or function ng ating PDEA? Letter C, it administer oath, issue subpoena, and subpoena judices tesum relative to the conduct of investigation involving the violation of this act. Okay, ano yan? During kasi investigations, no, the PDEA may require now individuals to appear and provide documents or their testimony. They can also administer oaths and issue now subpoenas and subpoena, ano yan, tasum, to gather now evidence needed for drug-related cases. Kung nag-investigate sila and kailangan nila ng mga testimony, no, pwede silang, or mga documents or evidence, pwede ngayon silang tumawag ng mga tao. Or they will also require some individuals to appear for them to give testimony or provide documents for their investigation. And other mandates and functions, syempre, same with your law enforcement agencies na na-discuss natin. They can also arrest and apprehend as well as search all violators and seize or confiscate the effects or proceeds of the crimes as provided by law and take now the custody thereof. For this purpose, the prosecutors and law enforcement agents are authorized now to possess firearms in accordance with existing laws. Okay, dahil sabi natin, one of the mandate and function of PDEA is to arrest, search, and seizure. The agency or the PDEA now has the authority, no? They have the authority to arrest the suspect, conduct searches, they can confiscate the illegal drugs na nakukuha nila, and the chemicals or other money that was in relation doon sa ating illegal drugs. The law enforcement agents are also allowed to carry or possess a firearm while performing, syempre, their official duties according to the law. Again, anong meron dito sa letter D? They can arrest, search, and seize. They can also, or they are also allowed to carry firearm. Syempre, kung nagpe-perform sila ng kanilang official duties. Letter E, take charge and have custody of all dangerous drugs and or controlled precursors and essential chemicals seized, confiscated, or surrendered to any national, provincial, or local law enforcement agency if no longer needed for purposes of evidence in court. Okay, ganito. Once natapos nang gamitin in court, no, wala nang purpose yan or hindi na yan need in court kasi sabihin natin tapos na or tapos na yung trial and the like. Basta hindi na siya need. The PDEA now, they take charge and have the custody of all that dangerous drugs na meron doon. Okay, they have now the custody of the seized dangerous drugs and the chemicals. They take control over those. Okay, once these items now are no longer needed as a court evidence, the agency now ensures the proper handling and the disposal. Again, disposal according to the legal procedure. Dinedispose po yan ng ating PDEA. Okay? Sila yung nagtatago after gamitin in court and after that, kung makikita nyo on news, di ba? Nakikita nyo na dinedispose nila yan. Sinisira na nila yan para hindi na magamit. That is one of the mandates and function of the PDEA. Other mandates and function, it now establish a forensic laboratories in each PNP office in every province and city in order now to facilitate action on seized or confiscated drugs, thereby hastening its destruction without delay. Okay. Isa pang function is that they establish now a forensic laboratories. Ano yung established forensic laboratories? Gumagawa sila ng mga lab nila. Okay? Wherein, they are now tasked to establish forensic laboratories nga, sabi natin, in provinces, in the cities. For what? To examine syempre yung mga nakuha nilang drugs. Totoo ba drugs yan? Diba? Ito-check yan doon sa forensic lab na nila kung anong klaseng drugs ba yung na-confiscate or nakuha ng mga PDEA natin. These laboratories now help speed up the investigation. Siyempre, they can identify, no? The forensic laboratories will now identify kung totoo bang illegal drugs yung nakuha or na-seize ng ating law enforcement agency by the help of our forensic laboratories. Siyempre, it can now speed up investigation, court proceeding, and the proper destruction of illegal drugs. Once kasi na-identify mo kung anong klaseng illegal drugs yung nasa inyo, meron kasi tayong different proper destruction of each illegal drugs. Okay? Which is, I think, madidiscuss nyo rin yan on your CDI 7. Kung aabot, saabot kayo dun. Aabot kayong lahat. Basta galingan nyo lang. Okay. Next naman, sabi dyan, recommend to the DOJ for the forfeiture of properties and other assets of persons or corporations found to be violating the provisions of this Act and in accordance with the pertinent provisions of the Anti-Money Laundering Act of 2001. Ano pang ginagawa or ano pang mandates and function ng ating PDEA? The recommendation of the forfeiture of properties. When we say forfeiture ng properties, pagkuha, no? Okay, this agency or this PDEA recommend to the DOJ the confiscation of the properties, the money, and the other assets owned by the individuals or corporation which is involved in illegal drug activities in coordination with anti-money laundering law. Okay, syempre nahuli nila itong tao na to na nag-carrier siya or user siya or kaya nagbebenta siya, gumagawa siya ng mga illegal drugs. Siyempre, yung mga properties, mako-confiscate nilang pera na-confiscate nilang pera doon or yung mga asset na itong tao na to, anong gagawin dyan? Ire-recommend na nila yan on the DOJ. Okay? DOJ na ngayon yung bahala doon. Basta, that is one of the function and mandate of the PDEA. They recommend the forfeiture of the properties to the DOJ. Other mandate and function is that it prepare for prosecution or cause the filing of the appropriate criminal and civil cases for violation of all laws on dangerous drugs, controlled precursors, and the essential chemicals, and their similar controlled substances and assist. support, and coordinate with the other government agencies for the proper and effective prosecution of the same. Sabi natin dyan, ano lang tatandaan nyo dito for letter H? It is now the preparation and the filing of drug cases. Siyempre, magpa-file na ngayon kayo ng case. PDEA rin po ang gagawa dyan. The agency now or the PDEA will now prepare and assist in filing criminal or civil case against a person who violate our RA 9165 or any other drug laws here in the Philippines. It also coordinates with the prosecutors and other government agencies to ensure a proper prosecution of our offender. Tatandaan nyo lang for letter H, tatandaan nyo lang for letter H, it is now the preparation and filing of drug cases. Isa rin sa ginagawa ng ating PDEA, they prepare and assist in filing criminal and civil cases against that person who violates our drug law. Other mandate and function of the PDEA, it monitor and if warranted by circumstances, in coordination with the Philippine Postal Office and the Bureau of Customs, inspect all air cargo packages, parcels, and mails in the Central Post Office which appear from the package and address itself to be a possible importation of dangerous drugs or controlled precursors and essential chemicals through online or cyber shops via internet or cyberspace. Tatandaan nyo lang dito on letter I is that it is now the inspection, no? Inspection of what? Packages, the parcels, and the mails. Kasi sabi nga nila, baka daw yung mga parcels or packages or mails na yan, it may contain yung mga dangerous drugs natin or illegal chemicals, which is, lalo na ngayon, no, madaming na-order online. Kaya ngayon, the PDEA, nakikihelp sila doon sa ating Bureau of Customs. Siyempre, di-inspect ngayon yung mga suspicious packages via air cargo packages, the parcels, and the mail. Saan? Sa Central Post Office. Okay, one mandates and function of our PDEA again, it now conduct eradication programs to destroy wild or illegal growth of the plants from which dangerous drugs may be extracted. Anong tawag natin dyan? We have there the controlled precursors. Yung mga bagay or mga ingredients na meron tayo para makagawa ng drugs. Anong ginagawa ng PDEA? They are now eradicate. When you say eradicate, sinisira nila. They destroy it. Like for example, di ba? Ano bang halaman yung meron sa, like for example, the marijuana. Okay, the marijuana itself, that is the plant. That is a dangerous drug and also an essential, and also a controlled precursor. Iisa lang sila. Ano pa? We have there the opium poppy. Paggawa naman ng ating shabu. Ano pa? We have there the ephedrine plants and many more. Okay? Anong ginagawa nila sa mga yan? Chine-check nila yung mga wild or illegal growth ng mga plants which can make dangerous drugs or yung mga controlled precursors. Kaya makikita nyo minsan, no? Yung mga marijuana plantation, chine-check nila yan. Or mostly sa mga malalamig na lugar, sa mga bundok, no? They conduct operations to destroy that illegal plants which is used in making dangerous drugs. And letter K, it initiate and undertake the formation of a national-wide organization which shall coordinate and supervise all activities against drug abuse in every province, city, municipality, and barangay with the active and direct participation of all such local government units and non-governmental organizations, including now the citizenry, subject to the provisions of previously formulated programs of action against dangerous drugs. Okay, ang tatandaan nilang dito for letter K, it is now the formation of the nationwide anti-drug organization. The PDEA now organizes and coordinates anti-drug activities sa mga province, sa mga cities, municipalities, up to the barangays. Siyempre, with the participation of our local government units, the organization, and the community. Again, formation of nationwide anti-drug organization. with the help of the community. For letter L, establish and maintain national drug intelligence system in cooperation with law enforcement agencies, other government agencies, offices, and the local government units that will assist in its apprehension of big-time drug lords. Okay. Ngayon, ang ginawa ng PIDEA, nag-establish din sila ng kanilang national drug intelligence. Okay? It maintains now a drug intelligence system in cooperation with our law enforcement agencies and local government units. For what? Syempre, to gather now information and to help capture those large-scale drug traffickers and syndicates here in the Philippines. Again, anong meron dyan? The establishment of a national drug intelligence system. Yung National Drug Intelligence System na yan, anong meron dyan? Siyempre, dyan ngayon nakalog yung mga hinahanap nila or the information na nagagather nila so that it can help capture the large-scale drug traffickers and syndicates here in the Philippines. Ano yan? Nakikita rin yan ng ating other law enforcement agency, no, with the cooperation of the other law enforcement agency. Letter M, it is establish and maintain close coordination, cooperation, and linkages with international drug control and administration agencies and organization and implement the applicable provisions of international conventions and agreements related to dangerous drugs to which the Philippines is a signatory. Okay, tatandaan nyo lang for letter M, it is now the coordination of our PIDEA with the international drug agencies. The PIDEA now works closely with our international organization and foreign drug enforcement agency to what? To strengthen the cooperation against illegal drug trafficking and implement now an international anti-drug agreements. Kung sa letter L natin kanina, it's more on the coordination with our law enforcement agencies here in the Philippines. For the letter M, it is now the coordination with our international organization or foreign drug enforcement agencies. For what pa rin? Syempre, to strengthen for the cooperation against yung mga illegal drug trafficking. And also, for us to implement now yung mga international anti-drug agreements. Next, it create and maintain an efficient special enforcement unit to investigate, file charges, and transmit evidence to the proper court, wherein members of the said units shall possess suitable and adequate firearms for their protection in connection with the performance of their duties, provided that no previous special permit for such possession shall be required. Okay. Ano lang tatandaan nyo for this is that it is the creation now of the Special Enforcement Unit. Okay, the PIDEA, meron din silang Special Enforcement Unit. Just like on your PNP. Ano ba ang Special Enforcement Unit here in the PNP? We have there the SAF or the Special Action Force. Anong special unit ng BJMP? Diba? We have there the STAR. Ngayon, in PIDEA, nag-create din sila ng kanilang Special Enforcement Unit. This agency now, they formed their specialized unit, which is now responsible for investigating the drug crimes, filing cases, and presenting evidence in court. Members of these units now are authorized to carry firearms, syempre, for their protection while performing their duties. That is for letter M. For letter O naman, it requires all government and private hospitals, clinics, doctors, dentists, and other practitioners to submit a report to it in coordination with the board about all dangerous drugs and or controlled precursors and essential chemicals which they have attended to for data and information purposes. Okay, ano lang tatandaan nyo dito? The PIDEA now, there is a collection of reports, no? They collect the reports of the coming from the hospitals or dun sa ating mga practitioners. The hospitals, the clinics, the doctors, the dentists, and other practitioners, they are required to submit the reports concerning about dangerous drugs and chemicals they handle or encounter for monitoring and data collection purposes. Next, it is the coordinate with the board for the facilitation of the issuance of necessary guidelines, rules, and regulations for the proper implementation of this act. Okay, ang tatandaan nyo lang dito, the PDEA now coordinate for the rules and regulation. The PDEA coordinates with, syempre, dun sa ating DDB, or the Dangerous Drug Board, in creating guidelines, rules, regulations necessary for the effective implementation of the anti-drug law. Okay, na-discuss na natin yan. Kailangan pa rin natin, or if there is a changes in the agency, syempre, kailangan pa rin nating itop yung ating DDB, or the Dangerous Drugs Board. Next, it initiate and undertake a national campaign for drug prevention and drug control programs where it may enlist the assistance of any department, bureau, office, agency, or instrumentality of the government involving now the government-owned and or controlled corporations in the anti-illegal drugs drive, which may include the use of their respective personnel, facilities, and resources for a more resolute detection and investigation of drug-related crimes and prosecution of the drug traffickers. Okay, ang tatandaan nyo lang dito para hindi na kayo malito, the agency now or the PDEA, it leads the national campaign against illegal drugs and may also request assistance for the government offices, agencies, and or corporations to strengthen now the anti-drug operations education and prevention programs. Okay, the PDEA, this is the lead agency that make a national drug prevention and control campaign with the help ng other offices. Like for example, the schools, doon sa area nyo, the barangays, okay, and the like. And especially last, okay, last, it submit an annual and periodic reports to the board as may be required from time to time and perform such other functions as may be authorized or required under existing laws as directed by the President himself or herself, but ngayon himself, or as recommended by the congressional committees concerned. Okay, the PDEA now submits the annual and periodic reports doon sa ating Dangerous Drugs Board. And it also performs additional duties kung nare-require sila ng law or nare-require sila ni President or any congressional committees. Okay, let's now proceed on your Department of National Defense. When we say now Department of National Defense, it is the executive department of the Philippine government which is responsible for developing policies on guarding against internal and external threats to the national peace and security, promoting the welfare of the soldiers and veterans, and providing support for the social and economic development. The Department of National Defense now, it exercises executive supervision over doon sa ating, syempre sabi dyan, guarding against internal and external threats to the national peace and security. Kanino bang mga trabaho yan? Okay, executive supervision over number 1, Armed Forces of the Philippines or yung ating AFP. Number 2, the Office of Civil Defense or OCD. Number 3, the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office. Number 4, the National Defense College of the Philippines or NDCP. Number 5, the Government Arsenal or GA. And number 6, the Veterans Memorial Medical Center or the VMMC. Again, the DND exercises executive supervision over number 1, AFP or the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Number 2, OCD, Office of Civil Defense. Number 3, PVAO, the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office. Number 4, the NDCP, National Defense College of the Philippines. Number 5, GA, Government Arsenal. And number 6, VMMC, or the Veterans Memorial Medical Center. It also responsible for the disaster preparation and management in the country. Yes, the DNP, anong ginagawa niya? Siyempre, guarding against internal and external threats to the national peace and security. It is also have a power over doon sa anim na nabanggit natin kanina. Ano pang responsibility ng DND natin? They are also responsible if there is a responsible for disaster preparation and management in our country. Remember the DND? Remember the DND, no? Or the Department of National Defense. Sabi natin kanina, it is the executive department of the Philippine government. But it is also responsible now for promoting the country or promoting or protecting our country from internal and external threats to our national security. And it also develops the defense policies, promotes the welfare of our soldiers and veterans, and it supports now the nation's social and economic development through the peace and security programs. Now, let's proceed doon sa legal basis ng ating DND or the Department of National Defense. First, we have there the Commonwealth Act of number 1 noong December 21, 1935. Anong meron dyan? It is now the National Defense Act. It created the Council of National Defense. Again, Commonwealth Act number 1, the National Defense Act, it created the Council of National Defense. Anong meron dyan? It advised the President on all matters pertaining to the defense or to the national defense policy in the Philippines. Anong ginagawa nila? The advice now the President. Sino nag-a-advise sa Presidents on all matters na pertaining doon sa ating national defense? It is now the Council of National Defense by our Commonwealth Act number 1, because Commonwealth Act number 1 created the Council of National Defense. Next, we have there the Commonwealth Act of 430. It was on May 31, 1939. As implemented by the Executive Order number 230, it now created the Department of National Defense or the DND. Again, sino ang nag-create or anong act ang nag-create sa ating DND? That is now the Commonwealth Act of 430. It was implemented by EO number 230 that now create our Department of National Defense. Next, we have there the Executive Order number 94 on October 4, 1947. It now charged the DND with the duty of supervising the national defense program of the country. Again, anong ginawa ng EO number 94? Anong ginawa niya sa DND? Binigyan niya ngayon yan ng duty wherein the DND will now supervise all the national defense program in our country. Next, we have the Executive Order number 292. Ano namang meron dito? It was on July 25, 1987. The Administrative Code of 1987 directed the DND or Department of National Defense to exercise now the executive supervision over the armed forces of the Philippines, the Office of Civil Defense, the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office, and the National Defense College of the Philippines, and the government arsenal. The EO number 292, anong ginawa niya? It now directed the DND to have a power or supervision doon sa Armed Forces or AFP, Office of Civil Defense, the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office, the Defense College of the Philippines, and the government arsenal. Now, What is the mandate or functions of the DND? The DND now, it is the one who is tasked to guard the country against our external and internal threats to national peace and security, and to provide support for social and economic development. The DND now, this is responsible for protecting the country from internal and external threats to the national peace and the security. And also, it supports yung national social economic development through the different programs that can promote the safety and stability and the public safety. Remember, the DND, anong ginagard niya dito in the Philippines? It is against external and internal threats to the national peace. Okay, what are the attached agencies na makikita natin sa DND? We have there the Armed Forces of the Philippines, Government Arsenal, National Defense College of the Philippines, National Security Council, Office of Civil Defense, Philippine Aerospace Development Corporation, and the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office. Now, this is the organizational structure of our DND. Okay, proceed tayo dun sa AFP. Sabi natin, AFP is one of the attached agencies in the DND. The AFP now, or the Armed Forces of the Philippines, it is composed of three major services. Again, the AFP is composed of three major services, namely, number 1, the PN, the Philippine Navy. Number 2, you have there the PA, the Philippine Army. And number 3, you have there the PAF, or the Philippine Air Force. Okay, the organization is loosely based on the structure of the U.S. military, which it was patterned after during the Commonwealth era. Considered one of the most battle-hardened professional armies in the world due to their long exposure to left-wing communist insurgency, various Muslim separatist groups, various extreme right-wing groups, and the various international campaigns in support of democracy. Okay, the AFP now engage also in non-military activities. Hindi lang pakikipaglaban. They also engaging in non-military activities such as providing disaster relief. Tumutulong din sila dyan. Constructing civilian housing. Participating in literacy campaign. Okay? Yan yung iba ding ginagawa ng ating AFP. Hindi lang puro gera, no? Hindi lang puro ganun. So, the PNP, or the AFP rather, continues to support also the ceasefire mechanism and adhere to the ceasefire agreement, which contributes to the overall commitment of the government to ending armed conflicts. The effort now of our AFP as an organization, it now embodied the essence of the peacekeeping through their unwavering commitment to maintaining the peace, security, and the stability in the nation. Okay. Their efforts go beyond military might, demonstrating an understanding that true peace is built in cooperation, dialogue, and support for all communities. Hindi lang puro gera. They also build cooperation with the communities, dialogue, pakikipag-usap, and also support yung mga community natin. Okay, for your assignment number 2, pakilagay dyan. Pakilagay on a 1/2 sheet. Lengthwise. Okay, lengthwise. Yellow paper. Pakisunod ang instruction, no? Number 1, who is the head of the PDEA? Who is the head of the PDEA? Number 2, who is the head of the DND? Number 2, who is the head of the Department of National Defense? Number 3, pakilagay on number 3, the ranks of our AFP the three major services, the Philippine Army, the Philippine Navy, and the Air Force. Again, number 1, who is the head of the PDEA. Number 2, who is the head of the Department of National Defense. And number 3, give the rank of the AFP, the three major services. First, the Philippine Army. Second, the Philippine Navy. And third, the Philippine Air Force. Okay, from highest to lowest rank. That is your assignment number 2. Including po siya sa ipapasa niyong activities. Okay, let's now proceed dito sa inyong NICA. When we say NICA, baka marinig nyo kasi yan, no? It is now the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency. It is now the primary intelligence gathering and analysis arm of the government of the Philippines in charge of carrying out overt and covert and clandestine intelligence activities. Okay, when we say ngayon, Nika, yan yung parang utak. Okay, it is a primary intelligence gathering and analysis arm of the government. Yan yung ginagamit ng Philippines wherein nandiyan lahat yung mga intelligence activities. Okay, na mayroon dyang covert, yung mga nagkakaroon ng mga investigation. Okay, clandestine intelligence activities. The NICA now directs and coordinates and integrates all the intelligence activities, both foreign and domestic. Again, both foreign and domestic. Para siyang bank. Okay, intelligence bank. Wherein nandun lahat ng mga investigation na nag-gather through intelligence activities. Okay. It also serves as the leading intelligence collector of the national government, focusing on our country's strategic intelligence requirements. The NICA now, it is mandated to prepare the intelligence, estimate on local and foreign situation for the formulation of our national security policies by the President and National Security Council. Very mahalaga po ang NICA in our Philippines, no? Kasi nandiyan, para siyang utak, para siyang bank ng lahat ng mga strategies natin or yung mga formulation policies natin towards doon sa ating national and international security. Okay, let's now proceed sa inyong DSWD. Okay, this is our last topic. When I say DSWD, it is the Department of Social Welfare and Development. Anong ginagawa nila? It is a government agency which is now responsible for protecting and promoting the social welfare and the rights of the Filipinos, especially the poor, vulnerable, and the disadvantaged sectors of our society. Okay, ano ba yung main function ng DSWD based on the definition given? Sabi natin, they provide assistance to the poor families, to the children, to the senior citizens, to the persons with disability, and the victims of abuse or disaster. They also implement yung mga social welfare programs and services such as livelihood assistance, counseling, and rehabilitation. They also conduct disaster response and relief operations during the calamities and emergencies, which is nakikita naman din natin. Next naman, they also protects the children and the women from the abuse, exploitation, and neglect. They also manage property reduction programs like yung mga 4Ps natin or the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program. Okay, so matotal, no? When we say DSWD, it is now a department in our Philippines wherein it helps now to improve the lives, no, yung mga disadvantaged peoples or disadvantaged Filipinos down here in the Philippines, syempre by providing them a social protection, financial assistance, and the welfare services. Okay, yan yung ginagawa ngayon ng ating DSWD. Yung mga nasa laylayan daw, yung mga disadvantaged Filipinos. Nagbibigay sila ng mga proteksyon, financial assistance, di ba? Napakaswerte. What is now the vision of the DSWD? Empowered society where the poor, vulnerable, and the disadvantaged sectors have the immediate and equitable access to opportunities for an improved quality of life. What is the vision? By 2028 daw, the DSWD is a leader in a transformative and social protection and social welfare system in the Indo-Pacific region. Okay, yan yung vision ngayon ng ating DSWD. Maging transformative social protection and social welfare sila. Next, it is the mission. What is the mission of the DSWD? As the authority of the social welfare and development sector, the DSWD now develops, implements, enables, and coordinates social welfare and development policies and programs for and with the poor, vulnerable, and disadvantaged. Yun nga yung nasabi natin kanina. Now, you have there the core values of the DSWD. Ano yan? Sabi, maagap at mapagkalinga, matapat at mahusay. When we say maagap at mapagkalinga, sabi daw nila dyan, the DSWD now emphasizes empathy, understanding, and giving or providing now care to the individuals, families, and communities in need. Okay, yung may mga need lang. Diba? Malino naman nila sinabi, the core values is that emphasize empathy, understanding, providing care to individuals, families, and communities in need. It reflects the DSWD's recognition of the inherent worth and the dignity of every person and their right to be treated with kindness, respect, and support. Yun daw yung meaning na maagap at mapagkalinga. Okay? Maagap at mapagkalinga. Okay, number 2, matapat daw. When say naman matapat, syempre, you upholds honest, ethical behavior, and a strong sense of moral principles within the organization. Ganon daw ang ating mga DSWD. It also involves adhering to a set values of principles and guide the actions of the decision of our DSWD workforce, ensuring that they act with transparency, accountability, and professionalism. And mahusay, it provides a high quality, efficient, and effective services to the individuals, to the families, and the communities in need. It encompasses a dedication to delivering now services anchored in their social justice, while also, syempre, striving for a continuous improvement and innovation. Okay, that is the core values of our DSWD. Now, we have there the DSWD and the PNP. Ano bang connection naman ng ating Philippine National Police doon sa DSWD? Number 1, the protection and of children and women. Okay. When the police handle cases involving abused children, juveniles, trafficking victims, or abused women, yung mga DSWD natin, yung mga social workers natin, they provide now counseling doon sa mga victims. They provide temporary shelters para doon sa mga victims na yan, and also rehabilitation services. Example, in the cases wherein in cases handled by our WCPD. When we say WCPD, yan pala yung ating Women's and Children Protection Desk. Saan yan makikita? On our police station. Okay, every police station merong ganyan. WCPD, Women and Children Protection Desk. Okay, the police now coordinate with the DSWD for the proper care and the intervention. Okay, once kasi na may na-report doon sa police station at na-handle siya under WCPD or yung Women and Children Protection Desk, yung mga police officer natin nakikipag-coordinate na yan ngayon dun sa ating DSWD. Bakit? The DSWD, pwede nilang kunan yung mga victims wherein they can provide shelter, temporary shelter, they can provide counseling or either rehabilitation services doon sa mga cases wherein nagfo-fall siya under Women and Children Protection Desk. Okay, next naman, we have there the custody and the rehabilitation of offenders. Okay, sabi natin, if may minor na nakapag-commit ng crime, the police officer now cannot simply detain them. Hindi nila pwede yang ikulong, no? Like the adult offenders. The DSWD will now assist in the rehabilitation and the counseling of that youth, okay, of that juvenile. Saan yan nilalagay? It will now place in a youth care facilities under our Juvenile Justice Welfare Act. Again, when I say juvenile yan yung mga bata, no? Okay, na nagko-commit ng krimen. Next naman, victim assistance and crisis intervention. Okay, the DSWD helps yung mga victims natin of domestic violence, rape, human trafficking, disasters, and abuse by providing financial assistance, psychological support, food, shelter, and recovery programs. Okay, syempre, once na may dumating sa police station na cases ng domestic violence or nagkaroon ng rape or human trafficking, nagkikipag-coordinate din sila with our DSWD. The DSWD now will give or provide financial assistance to those victims. They can also provide psychological support or kaya temporary shelter or the recovery program for them. Next, you have there the disaster response and relief operation. Okay, during typhoons, floods, earthquakes, and other emergencies, yung mga police officer natin, yes, they maintain peace and order. While now, the DSWD distributes yung mga relief goods and they also manage evacuation support. Syempre, with the help of our police officers or now with the help of our PNP. Both agencies now coordinate closely during disaster, which is makikita naman din talaga natin, di ba? Nagtutulungan din naman ang DSWD at PNP once na nagbibigay ng mga relief goods and the like. Next naman, Community Peace and Order Program. Okay, ano naman ginagawa during Community Peace and Order Program? The DSWD helps reduce crime by addressing poverty. Siyempre, saan ba nanggagaling ang krimen? Bakit ba nagko-commit ng krimen yung mga tao na yan? Because of poverty, di ba? That is the number one cause. Ngayon, the DSWD, they help now reduce crime by addressing poverty. Kaya nga daw sila nagbibigay ng mga livelihood assistance. Okay? This support now the police efforts in crime prevention. Next naman, you have the rehabilitation and the reintegration program. Ano namang meron dito? The DSWD works with the PNP and other agencies in the reintegration programs of our former PDL or yung mga graduate ng ating mga penal institution. And individuals needing social recovery and community support. That is for the rehabilitation and reintegration program. Siyempre, di ba? Sabi nga natin on your CJS, criminal justice system, once na yung tao na yan is reintegrate na natin in the community, syempre kailangan din natin yan tulungan. Wherein, nandyan ngayon yung DSWD. The DSWD will now help yung mga graduate na ng penal institution to recover. Like for example, giving support doon sa social recovery and also community support. Next, the referral and coordination. Dito naman, the police often refers individuals needing social services to the DSWD, such as yung mga abandoned children, homeless persons, the abused individuals, and the mentally distressed persons. Okay? Yung mga police officers, once na may nakuha silang mga abandoned children, mga homeless persons, mga na-abused na individuals, or yung mga mentally distressed persons natin, anong ginagawa ng mga police officer natin? They now refer. Okay? Binibigay nila yan or nakikipag-coordinate sila with the DSWD. So, that's all. Meaning, the police enforce the law and maintain the peace and order. While now, the DSWD, it provides social welfare, the protection, the rehabilitation, and assistance. But together, they help to ensure the both public safety and the human welfare in the Philippines. And that's it for our finals. Ngayon, you have your activities. Dahil nga puro tayo online class and asynchronous class, and ang next meeting na natin is by the last week of May, paki-compile po lahat ng activities. Okay? From activity 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? Paki-compile na yan. Also, your assignment. Ngayon, pag ipapasa yan, class rep, pagdadating sa classroom, dapat naka-alphabetically arranged na yan. Hindi yan gagawin during our class. Kasi nga naghahabol na tayo ng inyong quizzes. So, meaning, pagdating nyo on the last week of May, on our face-to-face class, ano nang gagawin natin? Diretso quiz na po tayo. So, meaning, anong ibig sabihin nun? Hindi ko na kayo bibigyan ng time para mag-review. Ngayon pa lang po, mag-review na kayo. No? Sana maintindihan ng lahat yung situation na meron tayo ngayon. So, ayun lang. Mag-review for your very, 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 very long quizzes. And, syempre, especially for your final examination, which will be held by the first week of June. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So, okay, before tayo magpaalam and all, no, I want to read this for you. So, as we end this semester in law enforcement, administration, and organization in interagency approach, I want to thank each one of you for your hard work and participation and dedication throughout our journey together. This subject is not only about understanding the different law enforcement agencies and their functions. More importantly, it is about learning the value of cooperation, discipline, responsibility, and the service to the community. Always remember that in the field or in our field, in the field of criminology, no agency works alone. True public service is built through unity, respect, and teamwork. So I hope that this semester has helped you grow not only as a student, but also as a future criminologist who will serve with integrity, courage, and compassion. The lessons you learn inside our classroom should guide you beyond academics and into real life. So as you move forward, continue to dream big, stay focused, and never forget the importance of honor and humanity in the profession you have chosen. Challenges may come, but your or our determination and character will always define the kind of public servants you will become. So thank you for being part of my class. I am proud of your efforts, and I believe each of you has the potential to make a positive difference in our society. So, class, keep striving, keep learning, and keep serving with purpose. And thank you, everyone. See you on your finals or the last week before your finals.